Addictions rarely enter our lives loudly. They arrive quietly, almost gently, slipping into the empty spaces where something is hurting, something is missing, or something feels too heavy to face. At first, they look harmless, a little escape, a moment of comfort, a distraction to soften the edges of life. But slowly, they stop being something you choose and begin to be something you depend on. And by the time you notice it, a part of your life has already been pulled into a loop you never intended to create. To understand how this happens, we need to look deeply at the human mind. Your brain is not designed for happiness or success. It's designed for survival, and the way it tries to protect you is by steering you away from anything uncomfortable. Emotional discomfort, psychological discomfort, even the discomfort of effort. Your brain instinctively avoids all of it. Whenever you feel stress, loneliness, rejection, uncertainty, boredom, self-doubt, or emotional overwhelm, your brain sends out a signal. We need relief now. This is where addiction begins, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Addiction is the brain's attempt to soothe pain quickly. It's not the addiction you crave, it's the absence of discomfort. You're looking for a moment where nothing hurts. And the brain, desperately trying to help, chooses the fastest relief available. A scroll, a drink, a distraction, a fantasy, a purchase. Something that changes your emotional state in seconds. But this quick escape comes at a cost. Every time you choose the escape instead of the discomfort, the brain learns. This is how we feel better. This is the answer. And so the loop deepens. The causes of addiction are often buried beneath the surface. Sometimes it's unresolved emotional pain, childhood wounds, abandonment, past betrayals, failures you never processed. Sometimes it's loneliness, the kind no one sees from the outside. Sometimes it's a lack of purpose, a life that feels empty or disconnected from meaning. Sometimes it's fear of failing, fear of succeeding, fear of being seen. And sometimes it's simply exhaustion from a world that demands more than you can give. Addictions form where the mind feels unprotected. The damages begin quietly too. At first, you think you're just relaxing. You think it's harmless. You think you're still in control. But slowly, the addiction begins to take from you. It steals little pieces of your life, your time, your energy, your focus, your clarity. Then it takes something deeper, your confidence, your discipline, your ability to trust yourself. That's the true damage, not the addiction itself, but what it does to your relationship with your own mind. When you tell yourself, "I'll stop," and you don't, trust breaks. When you promise, "I'll do better," and the loop wins, identity cracks. Over time, you no longer question the addiction. You start questioning yourself. This erosion of self-trust is one of the most painful impacts of addiction. It makes you feel small, defeated, disconnected from your own strength. You begin to believe the lie that you are powerless, when in truth, the addiction has only stolen your belief, not your ability. Addiction also damages your emotional world. It numbs the feelings you don't want to face. But it also numbs the ones you need: joy, presence, love, motivation, excitement. You feel less of everything. Life becomes muted, like someone turned the volume down on your emotions. The world doesn't feel vibrant anymore. Achievements feel dull. Moments feel flat. Time passes, but you aren't truly living it. And then there is the damage to your future. Every day you spend in escape is a day you don't invest in your goals. Every moment you go numb is a moment you don't grow. Addiction doesn't steal your dreams in one blow. It steals them quietly, day after day, until they feel impossible. The tragedy is that most people blame themselves without ever understanding the truth. Your addiction is not a reflection of your character. It's a reflection of your pain. Your brain didn't choose addiction to harm you. It chose addiction to protect you. But protection is not the same as healing. Here is the part that gives hope. The same mechanism that pulls you into addiction can pull you out. The brain craves dopamine. So give it dopamine, but from better sources. This is where positive addictions become lifesavers. Habits that also reward the brain, but in a way that builds you instead of breaking you. Movement, learning, creating, meaningful conversations, deep work, meditation, mastering a skill, connecting with nature. These can become loops too. But loops that strengthen your identity instead of destroying it. Positive addictions don't replace your negative ones by force. They replace them by attraction. By making your brain say, "This also feels good, but in a way that makes me proud." Over time, this shifts everything. The numbness lifts. Your confidence returns. You begin to feel more alive, more present, more capable. Not because life gets easier, but because you stop running from yourself. Addiction was your mind trying to keep you safe. Healing is you teaching it a better way. A way rooted in growth, in awareness, in self-respect. And if you want to keep understanding your mind more deeply, your habits, your emotions, your fears and strengths, then I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Here, we explore the psychology of well-being in a simple, human, gentle way. If you want more clarity, more emotional strength, and more insight into how to break the loops that limit your life, turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. You are not alone in this. And together, step by step, we can turn your mind from a place of escape into a place of power,